Manifestaciones políticas, líricas críticas, leyendas míticas o creaciones científicas. Relatamos poemas con un pesado mensaje. La lucha se lleva a cabo en más de un solo lenguaje. En la televisión dicen que somos terroristas porque...
And welcome to the Shadow Warriors Show. I'm your host, Master Yusuf Ali Abdullah, and today we're going to be taking a look at the art of ninjutsu as practiced by Shihan Ariza. I want to welcome, first of all, Master Ariza.
Thank you.
And Sensei Rebecka. Thank you for coming down to my show. I like that. Let's start from the beginning, because I'm basically very interested in who you are, where you come from, and things like that. So let's start from, when were you born?
Well, I was born in 1965. Well, actually a little bit before that, but in yoga we don't tell our date of birth. But I was born in 1965 in the island of Santo Domingo,
Okay.
in the capital of Santo Domingo.
Okay.
And I came to the States in 1972, 73.
Okay. So you're Dominican by...
I am Dominican
Okay, good. Mother and father both Dominican.
100%.
Okay. And your lovely wife? You don't have to tell me your age. Just tell me where you're from.
I'm not going to tell you my age. A woman never divulges that.
Definitely.
I'm Puerto Rican by descent. I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
In Brooklyn.
But
So your
both my
mother and
parents,
father are both?
They're both directly from Puerto Rico, yes.
Oh, cool. When did you get started in the martial arts?
I got started back in the island when I was a young child, around 6, 7 years old. I started with Bando kickboxing. And I went on later on to a little bit of karate, judo. And when I came to the States, I stopped for maybe a couple of years because I didn't know the place. But then I with my friends, I started training again with kickboxing and karate this time.
Right. How far did you get injured?
Up to first degree black belt. I felt that I didn't need any more. The reason that I felt that I needed more than that because, and I had a very good instructor. I had a Russian Olympic champion, and he was very good. But at the time, I felt that I just had all the things that I wanted.
Okay.
And judo wasn't going to be enough for me.
But you got your black belt in judo in the States, or? In
the States first, yes.
Okay. So who was your teacher for judo?
For judo, I don't recall his name right now, but I do have it in papers. Like I said, a very, very nice gentleman, huge gentleman with huge hands.
How long did you study with him?
About 4.5 years, maybe. 4.5, maybe 4.25.
Okay. And so you went from judo to what?
Well, that's how I started. Then I went into, for almost 22 years, I studied with a person named Felix Vasquez for almost 20 years. I was his number 2 man. And I grew out of that too.
Okay.
I felt I needed something, and then that's when I met, I was already a 4th degree black belt for many, many years, maybe about 15 years almost.
Right.
And I met a gentleman, great teacher, for the main name of Tanemura, Shoto Tanemura, of the Genbukan World, the Genbukan organization. Okay. And I spent, I would say, roughly maybe a little more, 18 years with him.
Wow.
Yeah, I studied the ninja arts and the samurai arts.
Right. Now, Tanemura, isn't he in Ohio?
No, Tanemura Shoto is based in Japan.
In Japan. So you studied in Japan for 18 years?
I know. I studied in Japan for quite some time, but I spent a lot of time here. I studied here with... This is how I met him here.
Okay. You met him here, but you studied over there with him?
I met him here in 1989. Wait, 1989.
It was prior to that.
Well, a little prior to 1989. I met him at Queens College. I was doing a ninja demonstration, representing bachelors at the time, and he was very impressed, and he asked me to come and talk to him.
Okay.
A friend of mine was with him at the time too, and I went to him. I wasn't really, but I went to, out of courtesy, I went to talk to him. And he said, "Oh, you good ninja spirit. You come with me. I teach you true ninja." I wasn't really. I was at the top of my game, let's say.
Okay.
New York State champion kickboxing. I was doing other things. I was doing the grappling. I was doing karate tournaments. But I was looking for that. I was looking for the spiritual, the more spiritual part of the martial arts, what we relate to as ninpo, as opposed to ninjutsu. And he seems to to have potential for that. And I went, and it took me about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and finally I went to him. And it was a great
What would be your definition of ninpo? What do you call ninpo?
Well,
this is your definition, I mean.
Me trying to define ninpo would be like describing an apple. An apple is sweet, it's sour, it's soft, and yet some people it's hard, it's brittle. All I can say is, think of ninjutsu. There are many techniques of how to climb a mountain. You have judo, jujutsu, ninjutsu, karate. You have many techniques of how to climb a mountain. The best, I believe that the best, from my experience, that the best techniques come from ninjutsu, or the best tools are provided by ninjutsu, and hence the study of, or the methodology of nin, or endurance. So ninjutsu provides you with the best tools to climb the mountain. But a journey is not just climbing the mountain. The journey is being part of the mountain, becoming the mountain. So when you get to the top of the mountain, you encounter what is called ninpo. Mm-hmm. Ninpo is more of the science of the ninja arts. Ninpo encompasses a great deal of like the Matsu Tatara, the more spiritual part, the healing parts, many things that are esoteric, many things that we consider secret. All the Japanese have considered secret for centuries. So ninpo provides you that. Ninpo is the science of ninja art. The correct pronunciation is ninpo, but it should be nindo. Because it's a Chinese translation, mm-hmm. The correct pronunciation is ninpo. Hence we use what is called ninpo taijutsu, because we cannot teach us ninpo. It's too much. Right. So we teach ninpo taijutsu. Taijutsu meaning the methodology, not the techniques, but the methodology of the body in relation to ninpo. And that's where we come as Kogoshin Ryu Ninpo Taijutsu, which is the school that we teach.
Right. I'm going to ask you this question. What is a ninja to you?
Well, that's an interesting question because I'm not a ninja. I'm actually a samurai warrior. Shihan Ariza teaches several different methodologies in his school, and the one that I had decided to participate in was Jujutsu, which is a samurai art. Mm-hmm. It's not a ninja art. It's a little more user-friendly for those of us who have had bodily injuries over the course of the years, and I started doing martial arts as an adult. Mm-hmm. So I already had herniated discs and things that would have made it prohibitive for someone else to actually get involved. Samurai Jiu-Jitsu is a fluid art. It's not as acrobatic as ninja, to me, I believe is an all-encompassing martial art because it goes so way beyond the techniques that are prevalent in other arts, which have their own value, don't get me wrong, but the way that I have experienced the ninja arts are all-encompassing, meaning they treat the physicality of the martial arts, spirituality, mentally, it tries you. The students actually pushed to a much greater degree than they would be in some of the other arts. I started my martial arts practice with Kempo Taekwondo through Shidoshi at Gross. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And from there I transitioned into Sensei Ariza's school.
Right. So the martial art has been an influence on you to help you physically.
Tremendously. Mm-hmm. Well, it teaches you, you can overcome great adversity. A lot of people, feel that they can't do it because of age or physical handicaps. I don't believe that is true.
Right. If I may say so, actually, Rebecka, our family, our children are also in the martial arts since our daughter, our 15-year-old Sarah, and even the boys actually they've been doing martial arts since the children.
How many kids do you have?
We have right now. She has a boy who is 22 years old.
Okay.
And we also have a girl who's 15, and we have one that is 7. And they all practice the martial. They're all black belts.
Right.
Well, except for the little one.
Right.
In martial arts.
Right.
But Rebecka is not telling you actually that if she can do this, anybody can do this, because she is a testament of will. She actually has survived cancer. She hasn't explained that to you, but in fact, during her Sholan test, she was going through therapy.
Radiation
therapy.
Yeah, I'm with it myself. I'm a